So, the second piece of advice that I could give you today, after you've decided that you're ready to be responsible, is to move towards a space of being ungrateful. Being ungrateful. Because the funny thing is that for so many of us now, we're encouraged to move towards a space of gratitude. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Some people even do their gratitude lists every morning. Your life, your family, loved ones, health, wealth, whatever it is, make a gratitude list. And I think that's a wonderful thing for a lot of us to do. When we lack self-esteem, it can be very empowering. When we're in low points, to be grateful, to acknowledge what we have. But how about you move to a space of looking for what you're not grateful for? How are you ungrateful? How could you be more ungrateful? Someone famous philosopher once said, I think something along the lines of, if you gave humanity all the bread and circuses they could ever want, more bread than they could eat, more circuses and better circuses than they could ever even go to, they would still be ungrateful. And on the face of it, you think, well, that's quite a depressing thought, isn't it? How could you be ungrateful? All the food in the world, all the circuses you could ever wish to attend, assuming you like circuses, of course. But I think that's the human condition, that's the human spirit, that's the human being in action, to be ungrateful. To look at something and search in the chaos for beauty. A different way of doing things, a better bread, a bigger circus. What are you ungrateful for? And when you move to a space of, first of all, being responsible for your own journey, and that's not to say you deserve everything that befalls you, but to take upon yourself the responsibility and the wonderful power you have to change the way you do things. Once you do that, you can move towards a space of being ungrateful. Where are there things in your life that you could do differently, do better? How could you change the record? How could you draw a different picture? How could you align more fully with your truth? So in a sense, the to-do list is the ungrateful list, isn't it? It's the list of things that you wish were different, that you could envisage being more beautiful, more fully realized. So perhaps once you've found gratitude, once you've found grounding in all that you know, the order of the way things are, perhaps for you, if you're rooted and ready, perhaps it's time to start being ungrateful. And I don't think it's a shock or a surprise, really, that when we're in spaces of stagnation, when we're not moving, when we're not in the flow, things become tired, staid, ordinary, boring. It's no shock that words like stagnation, toxicity, they all seem to be related to states of static. When you're not moving, you tend to lock up, to infect. So look for spaces in your life, look for places where you could flow more. Look for spaces where you could be more ungrateful. Be ungrateful. And in those spaces of ungratitude, as it were, you have this awesome power to do things differently, to innovate. And perhaps that's what we are here to do. Perhaps that's what we're here to align to. And it is an awesome responsibility, and with it comes many things, and they're all good, are they? Why would you want to do things differently when the risks of, I don't know, things tilting towards malevolence, weighing too much towards chaos? It's a little like the observation perhaps of someone at the peak of their powers, in that flow state, that dance between order and chaos, whether that's a gymnast or a musician at the peak of their powers. I think we're naturally as humans drawn towards that dance, that flow state between order and chaos, between yin and yang. And it is terrifying. But it could also be insanely beautiful. And it is what makes us uniquely human. So be ungrateful in your life. Find ways of doing things with a sense of wonder, inquiry, and dance. Because in a sense, the dance is the perfect distillation of that wonderful balance between order and chaos. So find ways to dance, find ways to be ungrateful. Be ungrateful.